What if your AI could do much more than simply answer the phone? What if it could identify potential customers, engage leads, ask qualifying questions, answer common objections, and then move qualified prospects directly toward booking an appointment? That's exactly what HighLevel is covering in its new 2-day Voice AI sales system workshop featuring legendary direct response marketer Frank Kern and HighLevel's Paulson. The workshop takes place live on July 27th and 28th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. This isn't simply another training session showing you how to create an AI phone agent. The objective is to show you how to build an entire Voice AI sales system inside HighLevel. A system that can help you start conversations, qualify prospects, answer questions, follow up with interested buyers, and turn those conversations into booked sales opportunities. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what you'll learn during both days of the workshop. You will understand why Frank Kern's involvement makes this particularly interesting. Also, I will show you why Voice AI could become one of the biggest opportunities for agencies and local businesses using HighLevel in 2026. I'll also show you how to get access to HighLevel for 30 days free instead of the standard 14-day trial being offered on the workshop page. So stay with me because I'll explain how to claim that extended trial later in the video. The Voice AI Sales System Workshop is a free 2-day live HighLevel training event taking place on July 27th and 28th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. The central idea behind the workshop is simple. Businesses spend enormous amounts of time and money generating leads, but generating the lead is only the beginning of the journey. Someone still has to respond, someone has to ask questions, someone has to determine whether that prospect is actually a good fit. Someone may need to answer questions about the product or service, and eventually someone has to get that qualified prospect onto the calendar. This is where HighLevel Voice AI becomes critical to your business. Instead of using Voice AI solely as an answering service, the workshop will show you how to embed AI directly into the sales process. Your Voice AI agent can engage prospects, ask qualifying questions, answer common inquiries, and help move suitable prospects toward the next stage. And when that Voice AI agent is connected to your HighLevel CRM, workflows, pipelines, and calendars, you're no longer talking about a simple AI phone bot. You're starting to build an automated sales system. Think about what happens when someone calls a business and nobody answers. Maybe the owner is with another customer. Maybe the sales team has gone home, or maybe it's the weekend. It could be that everyone is simply too busy. The caller reaches your voicemail. What happens next? Some people might leave a message. Others simply move on and call another business. Now just multiply that by dozens or even hundreds of inquiries every month. Suddenly, missed calls become missed opportunities. The problem goes beyond just unanswered calls. What happens when a new lead comes in at 10 p.m.? What happens when someone inquires on Saturday afternoon? What happens when your sales team has 10 new leads waiting, but they're already dealing with existing customers? Every delay increases the possibility that the prospect will lose interest or contact somebody else. Voice AI gives businesses another way to approach that problem. Instead of forcing every prospect to wait for a human to become available, an AI agent can potentially start that conversation immediately. This brings us to one of the central ideas behind this workshop. Day 1 of the workshop is all about building your Voice AI prospecting engine. Significantly, HighLevel is not starting with the AI. Instead, the focus is on the customer. Before you automate prospecting and sales conversations, you really need to know who you actually want to reach. The first part of the workshop will show you how to identify your ideal customers and determine where to find them. This might sound basic, but it's fundamental. The best Voice AI system in the world won't help much if you're targeting people who have no interest in your offer. Once you've identified the right prospects, the next challenge is starting the conversation. Most businesses don't have a shortage of marketing messages. The problem is getting people to respond to them. We've all received generic outreach that feels automated from the start. It is often ignored or deleted. Often it is marked as spam. The workshop will look at how to create outreach that starts genuine conversations rather than just sending another generic sales pitch. This is important because the outreach is essentially the entrance to your voice AI sales system. Your goal isn't simply to send more messages, instead, you want to create conversations with the right prospects. Once that conversation begins, your voice AI agent can potentially take over part of the qualification process. Learning how to write effective voice AI prompts could be one of the most important sections of the entire workshop. Your voice AI agent is only as useful as the instructions, context, and information you give it. A poorly designed prompt can produce an awkward conversation. A carefully structured prompt can give your AI agent a much clearer understanding of what it should say, what it should ask, and what outcome it's trying to achieve. During day one, you'll learn how to write voice AI prompts designed to engage and qualify leads more like a sales representative would. That means thinking beyond basic instructions, such as asking for someone's name and phone number. Your agent needs to understand the purpose of the conversation. Who is a qualified prospect? What information needs to be collected? What questions should it ask? How should it respond when somebody asks about your service? And what should happen when the prospect meets your qualification criteria? These are the types of decisions that transform a voice AI agent from a novelty into something that can become part of a real sales process. Day 2 is where the different components start coming together. You've identified your prospects and created your outreach. You've developed the voice AI prompts. Now you need to turn those pieces into a working sales system. Frank Kern and Paulson will show you a framework for building and deploying your voice AI sales workflow inside HighLevel. This is where HighLevel's broader platform becomes particularly useful. Your voice AI doesn't have to operate as a completely separate system. It can work alongside the rest of your HighLevel setup. Your contacts, CRM, pipelines, calendars, workflows, follow-up, and marketing automation. Instead of stitching together multiple disconnected platforms, you can build much of the customer journey within the same ecosystem. Now, imagine a new prospect enters your system. Instead of someone from your team immediately having to pick up the phone, your voice AI agent can potentially start the qualification process. It can ask questions relevant to your particular business. For example, it might ask what service they're looking for, where they're located, how urgently they need help, what their requirements are. It can ask other questions that determine whether they are a suitable prospect. For an agency, those qualification questions might involve the size of the business, their marketing requirements, or the problems they're trying to solve. For a local service business, the questions could be completely different. The important point is that you're creating a repeatable qualification process. Instead of your team asking the same questions again and again, the AI can handle part of that repetitive work. Qualification isn't a one-way conversation. Prospects also have questions. How much does your service cost? How does it work? Do you cover my location? When are you available? What happens next? Traditionally, someone from your team has to answer these questions. With the right setup and appropriate knowledge available to your AI agent, voice AI can potentially automatically handle many routine inquiries. This becomes especially valuable outside normal business hours. Your salespeople need to sleep. Your AI doesn't. So when someone calls or engages with your business during the evening or at the weekend, you don't necessarily have to make them wait until Monday morning before the conversation begins. Booking appointments is where the system becomes much more valuable. Starting conversations and qualifying leads are hugely important, but ultimately, you want those conversations to produce a meaningful next step. One of the major goals of the voice AI sales system is to turn qualified conversations into booked appointments. Once your AI determines that someone is potentially a good fit, the system can help move that person toward your calendar. Think about what that could mean operationally. Instead of your team repeatedly calling prospects back, playing telephone tag, and manually arranging appointments, you can automate more of the journey from initial inquiry to scheduled call. Your team can then spend more time talking to people who have already been qualified and are ready for the next stage. What about the people who don't book immediately? This is where many businesses miss out on huge opportunities. Someone makes an inquiry because they are interested in your product or services. They have a conversation, but they aren't quite ready to book. However, nobody properly follows up on them. That lead is lost. The Voice AI Sales System workshop will also cover how to follow up with interested buyers and continue the conversation. This is important because the first conversation does not always lead to a sale. Follow-up is one of the foundations of direct response marketing, and that's also why having Frank Kern teaching this workshop is particularly interesting. If you've been involved in online marketing for any length of time, you've probably heard of Frank Kern. He's one of the best-known figures in direct response marketing and has spent more than 2 decades building businesses and helping companies improve their marketing. According to HighLevel, Frank has generated hundreds of millions of dollars in sales across his businesses and campaigns. But there's another reason his involvement in this workshop is relevant. Frank isn't just talking about HighLevel in theory, he has used the platform to build his own AI-focused business. Frank Kern created Rainmaker AI, a white-label business built entirely on HighLevel. According to the workshop information, Rainmaker AI has become a multi-seven-figure white-label business and still generates around $500,000 in annual recurring revenue. That's important because it demonstrates the wider business opportunity around HighLevel and AI. You're not simply learning how to make an AI agent answer calls. You're learning from someone who has leveraged HighLevel's white-label infrastructure as the foundation for a substantial recurring revenue business. Frank will bring his direct response approach to the workshop and show how AI conversations can be structured around actual sales outcomes. AI technology by itself doesn't create sales. You still need good marketing, the right audience, the right offer, the right message, an effective conversation, and a clear next step. Voice AI gives you another way to execute those principles at scale. Frank Kern will be joined by Paulson, Director of Business Development at HighLevel. This is another important part of the workshop. Frank brings the direct response marketing and business strategy. Paulson brings extensive experience helping agencies and service businesses implement scalable marketing systems, so you'll be seeing both sides of the equation. The strategy behind the sales conversation, and the practical implementation inside HighLevel. That should make this particularly useful for people who don't simply want to hear what's possible with Voice AI, they want to understand how to actually build it. One of the problems we've seen during the AI boom is tool overload. You have one AI platform for phone calls, another tool for your CRM, another tool for appointment scheduling, another platform for email, another system for SMS, then another automation tool is trying to connect everything together. Before long, you're paying for a huge technology stack and hoping all the integrations continue working. HighLevel's approach differs because Voice AI sits within a broader sales and marketing platform. You can combine your AI with your CRM, workflows, pipelines, calendars, messaging, and other automation tools. That means your Voice AI conversation can potentially become part of the same workflow that manages the rest of your customer journey. For agencies, this can make deployment and management considerably easier. If you run an agency, this workshop could be particularly valuable. Every local business has conversations. Many of those conversations are repetitive. A dental practice needs to answer calls and book appointments. An HVAC company needs to respond when someone's heating or air conditioning stops working. A law firm needs to conduct an initial client intake. A real estate business needs to qualify buyers and sellers. A medical clinic needs to handle inquiries and schedule appointments. A home services company needs to determine what service the customer requires. These businesses don't necessarily care about the technical details behind artificial intelligence. They care about outcomes. Can you help them answer more inquiries? Can you help them respond faster? Can you reduce missed calls? Can you qualify their leads? Can you generate more appointments? That's the service opportunity. Instead of trying to sell businesses AI, you can sell them a Voice AI sales system designed around a measurable business outcome. There is another reason why this is important for agencies. Voice AI naturally lends itself to recurring revenue. You're not necessarily building something once and walking away. The system needs a platform. It needs ongoing usage. It may require monitoring. Prompts may need improvement, and workflows may need adjusting. Businesses may want new functionality. In effect, the AI becomes part of the company's day-to-day sales infrastructure. That creates the potential for agencies to package voice AI as a recurring monthly service, rather than another one-off project. That is one of the areas where HighLevel's SaaS and white-label capabilities become very valuable. So, who is this workshop for? If you're already using HighLevel and want to understand voice AI, this is an obvious one to attend. If you're an agency owner looking for another recurring service to sell to local businesses, you should find plenty of ideas here. If you're a freelancer or consultant interested in AI automation, you'll get to see how voice AI can fit into a wider sales workflow. If you're a business owner losing leads because calls aren't answered quickly enough, you'll see another way to approach that problem. And if you're interested in building AI-powered recurring revenue businesses, Frank Kern's Rainmaker AI experience alone makes this workshop worth paying attention to. Let's quickly bring everything together. On day 1, you're building the prospecting engine. You'll learn how to identify your ideal customers. You'll look at where to find those prospects. You'll learn how to launch outreach that starts conversations. And you'll create voice AI prompts that can engage and qualify leads. Then on day 2, you'll take those components and turn them into a working sales workflow. You'll learn how to build and deploy your voice AI sales system inside HighLevel. You'll see how AI can handle questions and qualify prospects. You'll connect those conversations to the next step. You'll look at appointment booking, and you'll learn how to follow up with interested buyers. The goal is to leave with an understanding of the complete journey from prospect to conversation, to qualification, to booked opportunity. Now there's something important I want to mention if you don't already have a HighLevel account. The official workshop page is currently offering a standard 14-day HighLevel free trial, so you can access the platform and follow along with the training. But don't take the 14-day trial. Through my exclusive link in the description below, you can get a full 30-day HighLevel free trial. That's more than double the standard trial period. You'll have 30 days to explore HighLevel, test the platform and start putting what you learned during this workshop into practice. So if you're new to HighLevel, click my exclusive link in the description and claim the 30-day free trial rather than settling for the standard 14 days. Don't forget to register for the workshop. The Voice AI Sales System Workshop featuring Frank Kern and Paulson takes place live on July 27th and 28th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll put the workshop registration link in the description below. If you're already a HighLevel customer, simply register for the workshop and make sure you've signed up for the reminders and access. If you're not yet using HighLevel, register for the workshop and then use my separate exclusive link to claim your 30-day HighLevel free trial. That way you'll have access to the platform and considerably more time to start building what you learn. Voice AI is moving very quickly. But I think the most important change is that we're moving beyond the idea of AI simply answering the phone. The bigger opportunity is what happens after the AI answers. Can it understand what the prospect wants? Can it ask the right questions? Can it determine whether that person is a good fit? Can it answer common questions? Can it move qualified prospects toward an appointment? Can it trigger the appropriate follow-up? And can all of this happen while you're working on something else? That's when voice AI becomes much more than a phone answering tool. It becomes part of your sales infrastructure. And for agencies, it potentially becomes another recurring service you can build, package, and sell to clients. That's why this 2-day HighLevel workshop with Frank Kern and Paulson is worth attending. You're combining Frank Kern's decades of direct response marketing experience with HighLevel's voice AI, CRM, automation, and appointment booking capabilities. So click the workshop registration link in the description and reserve your place for July 27th and 28th. And if you don't have HighLevel yet, don't settle for the standard 14-day trial advertised on the workshop page. Use my exclusive link below and get HighLevel free for 30 days instead. That's more than double the normal trial period and gives you plenty of time to start building your own voice AI sales system. If you found this video useful, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because I'll continue covering the latest HighLevel AI updates, voice AI strategies, workshops, and new features as they're released. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.